They know that they can be. It's the same thing as we knew as part of the Detroit Red Wings. If we can win, you'll never buy another drink, food, whatever. And 25 years later, that is more true than ever. They know as athletes, it's one step at a time. But they like what's being put together because just like Amon-Ra St. Brown said, looking around, we got some weapons.
Amon-Ra also believes that there's some big things on the horizon for the Detroit Lions. I mean, they were talking Super Bowl yesterday at the press meeting. And I know, McCarty, you don't love that talk before the 34 games is up. You got the McCarty clock. It's out. It's in there. It's in everybody's face. But Amon-Ra St. Brown was talking that way. Jamal Williams also brought up the word Super Bowl yesterday. And I get that. As a professional athlete, what are you supposed to be gunning for? When you get asked the question, hey, what do you want to win? Oh, I just want to win 9 games. No. You should always be gunning for the Super Bowl, whether it's logical or not as a player. Is that right?
Yeah.
You feel that way? Okay, good.
Yeah, they're fine.
Okay.
I mean, they're young.
So you're not going to yell at them like you yell at me?
No, if you said that, I'd yell at you.
I know.
Because you're supposed to be. These guys are they're supposed to believe in each other. They're supposed to go into the season and stuff like that. Reality sort of sets in. That's our job, just to say, okay, temper it back. But when you hear them talk, take it in context, right? What you hear is, yeah, they dropped Super Bowl whatever because they're excited. They're excited of the new guys coming in, what they're building. That's what I take out of this is look at the excitement level. The best thing that I heard of that press conference, somebody asked Jameson Williams, hey, how's your feelings about Hard Knocks? Pulled him in, said real quiet, I don't give an F.
Yes.
I just want a ball.
Yeah, that was Jamal. Jamal said that.
Jamal said that.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying is that which here's with Swag Daddy and stuff like this, the guy, we know the personality. With all these young kids, it's like building his gang. You know, like not just him, but all these younger guys together, us against the world. It's sort of like the mentality of, yeah, coming into the Detroit Red Wings, you had the Eismans and the Fedorovs and the Proberts and the Cicerellis and all those guys. But it was our turn to make, you know, the young guns and stuff, Ozzy, myself, Drapes, Maltz, you know, Dandy, Aaron Ward, you know, guys like that, the younger. So I think that you see these young guys coming in.
Yep.
And you see them being excited. To me, it's the excitement of let's get out there and play. Practice, you'll see it. And because why? The youth pushes the youth to get better, the excitement. That brings the older guys younger. That brings that excitement level where everybody looks forward to going and to building towards something and looks forward to showing up at practice every day.
Yeah, what I like about it, too, is it shows that these guys aren't lionized yet, right? They still have that hope. They still have that desire because sometimes we've had in the past people come here and they're just like, they lose that energy. They lose that. But because we have such a young roster, because we have so much young talent coming in, because we have such a vibrant head coach, I don't think we're ever going to see those guys like drop their shoulders, hang their head. It's always going to be this positive moving forward mentality as long as they're continuing to grow on what they're building from last year into this year. Because obviously they're looking around the locker room right now thinking, I like the way this looks. And I mean, that's a quote literally from Amon-Ra. He said the Lions have a complete offense now that he didn't feel they had last year. So that's a major thing. They signed DJ Chark. Obviously, they got Jameson Williams. So as a young guy, second-year wide receiver who had 90 receptions, 912 yards, 5 touchdowns, to look around and say, oh, my God, we're complete now. You complete me. He pulls the Jerry Maguire with the Lions, and I absolutely love it. So it's awesome that these young guys haven't gotten to the point where we've seen a lot of former Lions get to. And I think that has a lot to do with not only our head coach, but the national narrative. I mean, we saw Mina Kimes yesterday tweet out that she loves the Lions fan base. And we're just seeing all this national love. And it's going to radiate down to these guys to where it's not the SOL like the old guys say.
No, that's true. You know, you're making it more of a destination place, but it's about the culture, and it goes back to this regime and what they've sort of implemented. We saw it last year because this team did not quit, no matter what situation they were in. And I always like hearing from guys that are on the offense or on the team, and they look around the room and see what we're seeing. So it's not BS. The good thing too with the youth, it's harder. You're not and you said like lionize, you're not, you don't have the scabs of success and failure of the game. So in your interviews and stuff, you're still green. So you don't know how
over talk
you don't
a little.
know how to kayfabe it, right? You don't know how, you don't have that interview speak yet. You don't have your cliches down. But I don't think these guys care. I think all these guys know it's not like any of these guys come in and go, oh, Detroit Lions, yeah, you guys won a playoff game? Like, hey, whoa, this is good. No,
right, no one cares.
They know that they can be, right? It's the same thing as we knew as part of the Detroit Red Wings in the mid-'90s. If we can win, you'll never buy another drink, food, whatever. And 25 years later, coming up on the first cup, that is more true than ever. Now, you win more, it gets even better. But the fact is that these guys know that if and to your point, Stick, of the other day about getting, and you say Super Bowl, they know as athletes it's one step at a time, but they like what's being put together, right? When you look around, I'm gonna take this back to ketchup. Okay, so when I grew up in Leamington, Ontario, with the only house surrounded by fields, right? When I looked out and had to pick tomatoes for 50 cents a bushel and had to be out there at eight hours of the day and try to get your 100 bushels in to make 50
Good
bucks,
Lord, man.
right? When I looked out there and I saw half my baseball team right out there, because why would that be? Because one of the farms that we worked at was one of our teammates, whatever. But then it was fun, right? Then it wasn't work. Then it was a challenge. Then we challenged each other. We pushed each other. Oh, man, this guy got 24 in one row in 2 hours. That's huge. You know, screw that. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
so
healthy competition.
Healthy competition, but you're in for whatever, right? We knew, hey, 8 of us, we got a game tonight. We got to get this field done. There's roughly it's going to take, like 300 bushels. The quicker we got done, there'd be sometimes we'd be done in 4 or 5 hours when we wanted to be done. And then we could, take a couple hours and go swimming and do whatever else. It was just, when you look around, why I say that, because in the past, it's always been 1 or 2 guys, and maybe you're out there with your buddy, but your buddies start at the other end of the field, so you're not going to see them till lunchtime or whatever.
Right.
No, we're all doing one way. We're going to get into it, every now and then, and they're going to have fun doing it.
Yeah, and to your point about these guys not being too polished when they're talking to the media and just kind of giving their honest opinion, I think that's a reflection of Dan Campbell, because as we know, he is not a polished interview. He's going to say what's on his mind. He's going to say what he has in his heart, and it's really reflecting down to the Jamal Williams of the world and down to the Amon-Ra. It's like, you know what? Show me that bravado. Be those types of guys, because that's the type of guy I want to see out on the field every Sunday too. A guy that believes in himself and believes in his teammates.
So look at your championships that you've won in this town with the teams that you've won it with. And it doesn't matter who it is. Where does your rah-rah, where does your engine, where does all that come from? Comes from your roll guys. It comes from your meat and potatoes guys. It comes from the guys that got it from your line guys, from the guys that are doing the work. You got to be able to allow your best guys to be your best guys. What this is just setting up for me is that you're going to find out 100% if Jared Goff is worth that next contract or not. Because just like Amon-Ra St. Brown said, looking around, we got some weapons.
Right.
All right, kid, go out and prove it. Because it's your ball. They gave you the ball and said, here, you do everything in your power, right? And it's your job.
And also they were like, last year, I don't think we provided you with enough weapons. This year, there's no excuse. Like, we understood what you were dealing with last year with the people you had in front of you and behind you. This year, this is the true let's see it year, and it's almost a prove it year for everybody on the roster yet again.
And it's also too, which makes sense, is what they did with the Anthony Lynn demotion, right? The Dan Campbell, and as we heard, the Ben Johnson, who's the offensive coordinator right now, they found something, that there's a communication, there's a flow, because Jared Goff with his 107 QBR over the second half of the season or something, there's something there which is interesting. So in doing that, I'm sure there was a conversation, hey, what if we put weapons around this guy? What if we protect him first because we need to protect him, but then we put weapons around him? Hey, When's the last time he had a burner on the outside? A burner, but this guy can just fly, just separate it. Well, I don't know. Maybe we should.
Never.
Right?
Honestly, I can't think of the last speed, high-end, top-end wide receiver. Honestly, Titus Young is probably the last guy that fell into that category.
So then they're also doing it
and he was clinically insane. So,
yeah, but he was a great football player.
Yeah, deserved more targets than Calvin, though.
Yeah, but honestly, we haven't had these types of weapons.
So that's what and so you see why the team's excited.
Yeah.
So if we're excited and they're excited, they still got to go out and execute, but that's a start.
And I like how they have the Hard Knocks blinders on. I like how that isn't something that they're like, yeah, I can't wait to, it's like, no, I don't give a damn what they're doing on the outside. We're focused on between the lines. They can record all that. They can record, and it's not going to affect our gameplay. It's not going to affect how we approach anything. That's not a distraction, which is a good thing for a young team.
There it is. It doesn't seem like it's going to be a distraction or throw them off. They seem like they know business at hand, and they keep each other accountable. That's where the thing is. Hey, look at me over. Hey, we're not doing that. Oh, not that I would know.
I'm looking forward to Hard Knocks, though. Honestly, not only because it's the Lions, but it's going to feel like an extended football season as well. Mm-hmm. We're going to get to see more Lions more often, and I'll take it. More Kool-Aid. I want more Kool-Aid.
I'm surprised they haven't done this sooner.
Hey, no, but it's the perfect storm, right? Where I said I was hoping maybe last year, whatever, but now's the perfect storm, and I think that it worked out that this is the perfect time, right? Where we're talking about these young guys. We want to see these young guys a little bit who they are a little bit more. We understand. So they think that they're putting a team together, that they have offense, and that this is not a guy predicting. This is a guy that played in the year already, right? And Robinson Brown. So I think that, and especially with the way that the baseball team's doing here, and there's nothing else.
We need
Give
something.
me more football.
Please, more football.